Welcome everybody, UFO, Paranormal, and more, another meeting. I'm your host, Ray Koslaj. What I want you guys to understand, there's a lot of good things coming up here. Sunday, we probably talking 2 weeks ago, when I met my guys, they gave me confirmation, because I've always had people say, why don't you take pictures of the craft on the outside, you can't take mine inside. I don't have a camera, okay? I don't have a cell phone. I'm outdated, coming through. But anyway, that was in the wee hours in the morning, and Sunday night in Arizona, because I was on that giant cigar craft with my Fab Four, all the other PCs that were on there. Somebody took a live video. It's on my Facebook. It's probably on YouTube now, because I had a lot of my fan base emailing me saying, "Wow, Ray, you were on that craft." So George gave me confirmation by doing that. Here's what's going on. There's 5 contactees. Dr. Sam Muggsy, me, Chris in Panama, Boris, and Rosa Gonzalez. Rosa Gonzalez is real shy. She don't speak very good English. Boris does. Boris has been showing, they're both from New York. They're going to be my guest in May, the first Monday in May. Boris was going outside his job because ETs were calling him to take pictures. And his boss thought he was nuts. He said, "Why don't you come out there with me?" He said, "I'm going to call him now." And they came. So now he lets Boris go out there, and Boris takes all these pictures. He's put them on my Facebook because we want people to realize this is the truth. These people are real. Even though I met 34 pretty good for that. And in person. I'm 12 years old to this day. Sit down, Karen. Welcome. But all these ETs, which what I'm about to say to you, when you're going to really think I'm nuts, is us. What we're dealing with down here is the bad ETs running everything. Everything you see on TV, everything we do. All this is going to change. We're in March and in April, there's going to be some things happening. In April, they're going after Hillary. I've been telling you guys in my meetings, there may not be an election. We're going to see what happens. We're going to call her out. I think Donald Trump's going to get called out too. I'm not here to make things up. I'm here to give you information from my guys. And for what Boris is saying, and the Palladians, those guys. We're going to be dealing with Octarians, Palladians, my Fab Four. We're going to meet once a week. And here's what's going to happen. As we get the information out and all the photographs of the crafts, they're going to come in closer and closer to see how the people react down here on planet Earth. And as everybody takes it in, they're not all scared. We're going to start showing ourselves. September and July are 2 major months of this year. We're still going to have earthquakes. Now these chemtrails, when you see the trail, you're going to see white, looks like orbs. They're scout ships that George is going to have shooting beams of rays that will neutralize that chemical. There's 3 chemicals. I don't know the names of them. I'm going to find out from Dr. Sam Muggsy. I'm going to do a special with her Thursday, 8 o'clock Central my time.
On the chemtrails?
Yeah. And they're going to go after all the HARPs, all the CERNs. You're going to see the actual plane, it's already one on Facebook, doing this thing, and at the end the whole plane disappears. Because they're right at the end to divert that plane into another dimension. You're going to see the Octarians, the Vulcans, and my Blue Warriors, and the Mole people, because that's number 35. That's who I'm going to meet pretty soon. I'm going to have a new artist, which will be Corey Heck. He's come to her limit of doing the drawings, and I understand what she's saying. Just a little French, she'll be coming in there. You're going to see the craft follow the chemtrail plane. Suck up the chemtrail. At the same time, both of them will disappear from another dimension. In Arizona, where Sam is, they're getting hit like smog in California. Some parts of Florida the same way. These people, the bad people, parted 500 of these planes. You'll see pictures on my Facebook of these giant tanks of what they're spraying. Like I said, there's 3 chemicals.
Aluminum, barium, and strontium.
Well, there's something else besides that.
Oh, thank you.
But you people don't realize when you go out. Now, St. Louis, I seen it yesterday. They're not as heavy as they were in Arizona. But her skies are just, they're hitting them this way, you know, the whole thing. We're breathing this stuff. It's actually hitting the soil. Now, the frog people are down here because that's what they do. They're usually underneath the mountains, and they take care of our soil. They're also on planet Mars on the north side. You're going to start seeing my guys. People are seeing them too. You're going to see other ETs that we've never seen before in our lives. Okay? Once we get to where we're supposed to be, us 5, like I said, they're going to start showing ourselves, and they're going to start communicating, and I'll possibly have an ET on Sam's show in my apartment. Well, I've already had the Vulcans in there twice. George came in there and came through the wall. That was last month too. So we're really getting close. They are listening to us, and they want to knock the fear out of us. And once they see it, I'm just using this for an example. So if they're 45,000 feet, they're going to come down 30. They're going to come down 20. They want to see how everybody's reacting, and a better reaction and everything. And they know that I tell them myself, because when I reversed that meeting with them, because my people and everybody's been saying when they're going to come and show themselves. I was on Skype with Chris, my good friend in Panama, who's going to be part of the top 5. George came in and started talking with me. Because when I reversed that video on him, that's when he said, Raymond, we're getting ready to talk to the great ones. Now, whoever these great ones are, whoever these ETs have to answer to, they're figuring out who's the best one to come down here so nobody gets scared. When I was 12 years old, they sent the little 3-inch guys for a 12-year-old kid. They did the right thing there.
Right.
They're not going to send the giant ant people or one-eyed cyclops down here to scare everybody. Okay? Whoever they choose, because it's time for the people to see them. Okay? That's going to happen. But there's going to be more happening when they start getting responses. People are going to start seeing these, a bunch of them. They're going to see all kinds of crap. They're all good ETs, no bad ETs. Once they see what's happening, as they get lower and lower, then they're going to start showing themselves. And the next thing will be contact. You guys will be able to hug them, go on the crabs, take all the pictures you want. Okay? And right now, they don't care how many pictures you take of a crab. If you're trying to take a picture of an ET or inside of the crab, that's an $8,000 camera. You got a recorder, they'll let you leave. You're taking that recorder with you. And I understand what they're saying. Okay? We're humans, we do the human thing. We want it now. We want to get out of here. The more they go this way, more people may be awakened. I had my meeting for a half an hour in my apartment. This is what they were telling me. I'm going to be on Project Leak tomorrow at 7 o'clock. From what I understand, these people on this show get 100,000 people viewing this radio show that I'm going to be on. Thursday night, which I think is the 10th, I'll be on Dr. Sam Muggsy, 8 o'clock Central, my time, pushing 7. And then March 13th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I will be doing a roundtable with Jim Nichols, Tolik, and me with the guys from Ireland. So I'm pretty well booked this week. And then I'll meet my guys. So that's kind of where this is at. And you're going to see at least 5 contactees that we're going to report once a week. And you're going to see UFOs on my Facebook and my YouTube channel, on Boris's, on Chris in Panama, and Dr. Sam Muggsy. We have to get these pictures out. And the crafts that I've been talking about, that's what they're showing on Boris's site. And now he's starting to fall off. So the people see that we're telling the truth, not just one Cadillac piece. I don't know how many contactees all over the globe are doing what we're doing, or what they're doing. And all we're trying to do is bring the truth out, and now we're going to try and bring ETs. He's sitting next to me.
No, this isn't, this isn't.
Great. There we have it. That's going to happen. We're going to do that. We're going to show ourselves. So I'm going to say that's it. I'm going to get with my guest right now, Sherry Wilde, and we'll start. Okay? Thank you. Hi, Sherry.
Hello.
How you been?
Well, not real great.
Hang on.
To be honest, you know, I've been through some rough times.
What times? All right, listen. What's occurring now, I'm sure you got some different things.
You do this, I'll do that.
So, I'm going to give you a call to take over here in a few minutes. I want everybody to meet Sherry Wilde. Whatever you got to say, Sherry, go ahead. And, these people are going to ask questions anyway, so whatever to do with you, go ahead and carry on.
Okay. Well, is this the same group as I spoke to before?
Yeah. Some.
Okay, so I didn't prepare anything, so I'll just expand on, I'll bring you up to date.
Go ahead,
if
that's
the
fine,
case.
go ahead and do that. Perfect.
Yeah, because to a group like this, I feel comfortable talking. I haven't spoken publicly about it, but I hit on some pretty rough times. I came under attack and started around Christmas, late fall, Christmas of 2014.
Okay.
And I didn't know that such things happened. I was pretty naive and innocent about these things. And so I don't like talking about it very much because it's negative, you know, and I'm all about being positive about these things, but at the same time, I think it's important to understand that this kind of thing happens. You okay?
Yeah. Go ahead, Ian, the light behind me, really behind, right in on me.
The light behind me?
No, on me. No, it's on me. Hey, Sherry, I want to just say something. Remember when Muzzy called me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. Plus what you're dealing with, the bad people anyways. But go ahead. Say what you're saying.
So that's what it was about. I mean, basically, I got hit with, they put implants, they put these implants in me that they called them, when I asked what it was, because there was blood on my sheets in the morning when I got up, and it was splattered on the sheets, and there was no way that it could be, you could see it was splattered. It wasn't like from a cut or anything, or a scab or anything, and I checked my body, and Jim was there with me, and he looked at it, and we both agreed that it looked like it was splattered. There's no other way to describe it, and I was upset about it, and I didn't know how that could happen, and I immediately suspected that it was an implant, and I stood by my bed and I said, I'm not supposed to have implants, and you know, this better not have been an implant, and but they told me, it took me a while because I was so upset, it took me a while to hear what they told me, and they showed me that an implant had been put in, and then they came in and they took it out, and when they took it out, they pulled it out very quickly, and it just splattered blood all over the sheets. And when I asked what kind of implant it was, because I thought maybe it was something positive, because I had not been feeling well, I'd been really tired and been feeling like my thoughts weren't clear, and so I thought, well, maybe it's a good thing, because I never had anything bad happen like that. And it took me a while to hear it. A couple nights later, we were making dinner, Jim and I, and we were carrying on a conversation, and all of a sudden I heard him say it was a Trojan, they called it a Trojan horse implant. And I said, and Jim and I were talking, and I said, what? And he goes, what? And I said, no, not you. I said, they're talking to me. And he goes, what? And I said, they just said Trojan horse implant. I said, what the hell is that? And I started to laugh, and I said, Trojan horse implant. And they said it again. They said Trojan horse implant. And I said, Trojan, I said, isn't that the name of a condom? I said, what the hell are you talking about? And they said, look it up. So I said, fine. So I went and I got the computer and I Googled it. And when they have me look something up, they highlight for me, they put in bold what they want me to see. And what was on Wikipedia, they had in bold, it said that it's a type of malware, kind of it's a program that runs in the background of your computer. And it takes over the program and so that the person doesn't even know that it's happening. So basically what it was something they put in me to take over my thoughts. And boy, let me tell you, it did. I had never had such a terrible thing in my life where I was angry, I had no patience, I was even yelling at my dog. And I mean, and it was like someone else was in my body controlling me. So I had that going on, and they took it out and they turned around, they put it back in almost immediately. And then they hit me with what's called alpha radiation, electromagnetic low frequency waves, radiation. That was the worst thing. My dog and I both got sick together almost immediately. And we went downhill very fast. I didn't know what it was. I would hear it in the middle of the night. Sometimes it would come on. It's like a low frequency sound. One night, there was a night where I turned off my lamp by the bed, and that sound came on, and I turned the lamp back on, and the sound went off. And I was like, are you kidding me? And I turned the light back off, and it came on again. I got out of bed, I went outside, I went down to see if my furnace had come on by mistake, I'd see if my softener was going, you know, I checked everything. And what happened is when I ended up in the hospital because I got so sick. And while I was in the hospital, they moved it away, but I had it on my house for about 2 months. But while I was in the hospital, it actually was on the news and on the morning talk shows around here. They had moved it about 12 miles to the southeast, and people down there were hearing it, and they were trying to figure out what it is, because it sounds like a jet flying over your house, but it doesn't move. It's just a low rumble. There's a certain, it's like a vibration. It's kind of a sound, but it's kind of a rumble. And I knew it, when I would hear it, I knew that it wasn't good, but I didn't know what it was, and I didn't know what to do about it. And then I found out that they told me that's what it was. So I had the implant, I had the alpha, and then I got the poison, the actual lead poisoning, and that's what put me in the hospital. And I pretty much gave up then, Ray. I gave up, I surrendered. There came a day where I didn't know that it was lead poisoning. I didn't know what was happening. I didn't understand what was happening to me, you see, and I just didn't know. So there came a day where I couldn't get out of bed, and I was having trouble breathing, and I thought I was in heart failure. So I decided I was just gonna die. I decided I was just gonna let myself die, and I had to put my affairs in order. And I had told Jim that I felt that this was gonna happen. So that morning when I woke up and I just couldn't breathe anymore, and I knew that my body was just giving out. And I just said, he wanted to take me to the hospital, and I said no. And I said, I'm just come back in a couple of days and pick up the carcass, I was ready to just give it up. I was just so worn out from it. And he argued with me for a while, but then he finally did leave. And I was laying there in bed. And it was pretty funny because then there's this booming voice. I'm laying in bed, and this voice says to me, so that's it? You're just going to lay there and die? This big booming voice. And I said, as a matter of fact, yes, I am. And I was relieved. And because it had been months, and it had been it was horrible. Because by this time it was June. And the voice was quiet, and I thought, okay, that's fine. And then the voice said very quietly, it said the one thing that probably got me going, which it didn't argue with me and tell me to get up and get going. It didn't tell me to fight for my life. It didn't do any of those things, because that would have caused me to say, Instead it said, aren't you even curious about what it is that's making your body sick? And I said, I already know what it is. I'm in heart failure. And I laid back down. I lifted up on one elbow and then I laid back down, kind of smug, just wait. And then I thought, there's no answer. And I said, it's heart failure, right? And there's no answer. And I lifted up and I said, it's heart failure, right? And I'm yelling at that sound. I said, it is heart failure. I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna like have a stroke. And then just lay here, stuck in this body. And then I was like, oh, damn, you know? And I was like, maybe, what if it isn't? What if I don't die? What if I'm stuck here in this body, trapped in this body, even worse? So then I reached for the phone. I called Jim and I had him take me to the emergency room. And I announced to the doctor, they rushed me in. And I tell the doctor, I said, I just want confirmation that I'm dying. I said, that's all I want, is tell me that it's heart failure. And he looked at me really funny, and I said, and Jim said, don't pay any attention to her. And he was a young doc intern, and I said, I just want to be sure that I'm not gonna be stuck. And he didn't get, you know, but they ran the tests, they did a bunch of stuff, and he said, it's not heart failure. And he said, it's not your heart. And it took them a while, they admitted me, and then it took them a little while, they figured it out, it was poison. So, somewhere in there is when Amelia Benz, who was a spiritual teacher, she lives on a houseboat out off the coast of Seattle. She reached out to me through Facebook. I've never spoken to her ever. I'm a huge follower of hers. I love her teachings. I just love her. Her and Eckhart Tolle are the two people in this world that I'd actually walk across the street to listen to, you know. I mean, I just think she's amazing. And so she reached out to me on Facebook. And she complimented me on my book and told me that it really resonated with her and she thought it was wonderful. And I was, you know, very happy to hear that. And then we talked back and forth a little bit, and then she said, you must come visit me in person. And I said, oh, I would like to, but I'm not feeling very well. And she said, no, you must come visit me, and right away. And I said, oh man, you know, I really would love to spend, and she said, you come stay here with me on the boat for, you know, 3 or 4 or 5 days. And I said, okay, and I agreed to it, and I booked the flight, but I didn't know how I was gonna do it because I was way sick.
Yeah.
And I almost didn't go, but eventually I made the trip out there, it was terrible, but I made the trip out there, and her and her boyfriend, they picked me up at the airport, and that's the first thing she said to me pretty much was, I bet you wonder why I called you here. And I said, yeah, I don't know you, you don't know me. I said, but stop. And she goes, and she shocked me. She said, I understand that you're thinking about leaving the planet. And I tell you, I felt like a little kid whose grandmother had caught them with their hand in the cookie jar, you know, crawled up on the counter and sticking the hand in trying to get a cookie. Because how she would know, you know, the only one I had told was Jim, my significant other, because I had decided I was going to let myself die. And I had an exit point coming up. I knew when my exit point was coming. It was coming up in September, and I was taking the exit, and because I couldn't keep living like this. And but she knew. And I said, how in the world did you know that? And she said, I got asked to talk to you, to do an intervention. And I said, who would know to ask you to do an intervention? And she said, your guys. And that's how she put it. And I said, my guys? And she said, yeah, your ET family. She said, I got asked by them to intervene on your behalf because you were going to be leaving the planet, and they wanted you to know that the work you're doing is too valuable and you should stay and you're not alone. And she said they made that request of me, and I told them, I don't do individual interventions. I'm here for the collective. I'm here for everyone. You know, I don't have time to do these. So she said, I told them no. So then I heard from a second, she said, ET family of yours. And I told them the same thing. So then I heard from a third, she said, and they were very insistent that I intervene on your behalf, that it was important that we needed you on the planet. And she said, I said the same thing. No, I don't have time. I'm here for the collective. She said, then I heard from your soul family. And she said, they were very insistent. They said that, you know, that you were going to leave and that you would be very disappointed if you didn't finish your work there. And that they wanted me to intervene, and I told them, I'm sorry, I don't do interventions on personal. And she said, then I heard from Gaia. And I said, then that's when I started to cry. And I said, are you kidding me? And she said, no. She said, I heard from Mother Gaia, and she said, how did she put it? One of my most staunch supporters or champions, that's what the word, she used the word champion, is under attack, and she needs help. She needs to know that she's not been abandoned. Won't you intervene? And Amelia said, I said, okay, I will look into this. But then she said I got busy and I forgot. And you gotta know Amelia. And she said a few days later, she said I went on Facebook, and my whole Facebook page was covered with videos. Everybody had sent videos. All of a sudden they started posting your video. And she said, and 3 people sent me your book. And she said, your name was all over my Facebook page. And she said, I was like, for crying out loud, who is this Sherry Wilde, and why is she showing up here so much? And she said, this must be meant to be. So she said, as she puts it, I looked at your life, because she has that ability to do it. And she said, I looked at your life and I thought, oh my. And then she said, I looked at your YouTube videos and some of your interviews. And she said, and I was shocked, and I thought, well, you can't just say those things. She said, the things you're saying. And I said, what? And she said, you can't just say some of those things that you're saying. She said, even I don't say that. And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, like that it's a prison planet, and that, she said, you just like put it right out there. And she said, no wonder you're under attack. And that's the first, and then that's when I said, I'm under attack. And she said, yeah, you have a big old bullseye on your back. And I said, nuh-uh. I said, that's not true. I said, I don't believe in being a victim. And I said, that would make me a victim. And she said, I didn't say you were a victim. She said, I said that you're under attack. And I said, that makes me a victim. And she said, no, it doesn't. She said, let me ask you something, Sherry. She said, do you believe in evil? And I said, no. And then she just threw back her head and laughed. And I said, why is that funny? And she said, because you're here fighting in this battle between good and evil. And she said, and you don't even understand that evil exists. She said, I look at you and I see where you came from. She said, you came from a universe that was pure light and love. She said, you've never encountered evil. You've never seen the dark. And here you are. She said, what are you doing here? Why did you come here? She said, I understand. I know. I see that you're a volunteer. You came here to be of assistance and to bring light and to transmute the negative energy into light. She said, I see that, and that's what you're doing, and you're doing an amazing job. But she said, what are you doing here on this planet to learn about darkness, to learn about evil? She said, you're just like a babe in the woods. And she said, you didn't even know. And she said, and you still don't know. Even after this now, you still don't understand that there's evil. And I said, you'll never convince me that evil exists. I said, there are those that play the role of darkness. And she said, no, there is evil. And she said, it's here on this planet. And she said, and there's a battle going on for the human soul, for humanity's soul on this planet at this time. And she said, you put yourself in the crosshairs. And I said, I've really had a hard time with this, Ray, because it doesn't compute for me.
I can understand it, but I want you to remember this.
Yeah.
And this is no cut down, but you know this is true. Muggsy got a hold of me, because when the 4 reptilians were in your yard, and then when she told me what was going on, because these reptilians were trying to kill you to come in your house, that's when I got a hold of George, because George sent, I forget who he sent out, and then they took care of business. And what you're saying now, and what you've been going through, she's telling you right, because what's controlling this planet is nothing but evil anyway. It's not just reptilians. There's other ETs down here and putting you through what you went through. I got a lot of power backing me up. I don't have any fear, okay? There's a lot of people down here with fear. I knew you were messing with bad ETs to begin with. And then this progressed, because from that incident, was that December? Was that Christmas time when this happened with the reptilians in the yard?
Yeah, it was December, January of 2014, 2015 is when the Draco had come in sometime earlier than that and asked if they could what they did is they made a proposal, and I've had them here on and off, and I'm not afraid of them. I've never had any fear either, and I'm not sure that they're the ones who attacked me. But they told me that they wanted to take advantage of this time of transition and transition from service to self to service to others, and they wondered if they could work with Jim and I.
Yeah.
And I said yes. And I shouldn't have done that, I
No,
guess.
that was a big no-no. Hang on one second.
Does she know how she got lead poisoning? By accident or someone intentionally poisoned?
Kenny wants to know how you got lead poisoning. Was it by accident or was it by them?
I was told that it was by them. The way that it happened though is, we went to Sedona in January, and while I was out there, I saw a healer. I went out there to see a healer, and it was recommended that I get these supplements, and I got these supplements, and the supplements came through the mail. And the doctor, he's a doctor who told me about him, has been doing this for decades. Because when he found out about this, because these supplements ended up being pure lead, not just a little bit, but just pure lead. And that's how I got the lead poisoning.
Because Muggsy's got a doctorate in health, and she was talking about every pill that we take, this black goo that gets into our joints. And I can see where this happened with you
Uh-huh.
and what was going on in December when, she contacted me. So hang on for a minute, Sherry. Anybody got any questions for Sherry, raise your hand. Go on. Now this is recently still going on as we speak today. Are they gone?
Are they gone?
Yeah.
I don't know, Ray. It's actually, it's kind of amusing to me, because at about on and off today, there have been fighter jets over my house, and a half hour before I got on here with you, I had fighter jets over my house like I've never seen ever in my life, other than in a movie. And I don't know what that means. I got in contact with a psychic friend of mine, and he said there were ships over my house. Now I don't have any fear. For a while it was I got pretty edgy for a while, but I'm pretty pissed now, and I've told the son of a bitches to stay away and leave me alone.
That's what I want to hear. You're pissed. That's what you got to do to these people. Way to go.
Yeah, because it's a terrible thing to have to do, but I go through my house every night and every morning, and I declare, my free will is my sovereignty, and they don't have the right to touch me or come near me, and I don't have any fear. But I had some nights. It's not fun knowing that there's a reptilian out in your lawn or above your house, but I've got the Pleiadians here.
Good.
You sent them over, George sent them over, and they've been here, and I've got 2 women, Pleiadians,
Cool.
and my psychic friends come here and they see them. One is called, her name is Trinity,
Cool.
and I feel really safe with them here, and they go with me everywhere I go, because when I go to conferences now, it's interesting. Before, when I would go to conferences and I would speak, people would come up to me afterwards and say, you have these little bitty ETs by you when you're talking. Now they come up afterwards and they say, you have these beautiful female Pleiadians standing on each side of you like they're guarding you. So I know that they're here, I can feel them, and my dog, he's finally gotten used to them. So I know they're still watching me. I know they're still here.
Yeah, because I know
keep it
George
safe.
left quite a few over there to protect you. But you, under the
Yeah.
treaty, you got the powers, when they ever come in again, to leave.
Yeah.
And they have to leave. But
Yeah.
you got protection that's going to stay.
Yeah,
Ever since December when it all started, because I was talking to somebody on Skype, and then finally Sam got me on the phone and said, Ray, we got to do something quick. You got to get a hold of George, because they're getting ready to go in and kill her. And
Yeah.
that's when I dropped what I was doing. I
Yeah.
got the code to get a hold of George. I did that. Boom, next thing I know. And then I heard you going, Ray, thank you, and all that, because they sent them over and did them 4 repetitions then, and they were done.
I know, that's when it all changed then, Ray, and I can't thank you and Sam enough. I'm not kidding you, it was bad, and Amelia told me, she wasn't trying to scare me, but she said, they're serious. She said, they want you gone.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah, and she said it took a lot to get them to bring you down. She said it's like they were shooting at you continually, and because I said you know, Da had always told me, standing in the truth of who you are, if you keep your frequency high, they can't touch you.
Right.
But she said, it's impossible to keep your frequency high all the time. This is a 3-4 dimensional planet. She said, you can't always, and she said, you know, I can't have a glass, I can't so much as have a glass of wine even now. I can't have a beer, I can't touch anything that lowers my frequency at all. I have to keep my frequency high. I mean, I can't take a chance on any of that because that leaves me a little bit of vulnerability, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, it's really been something, but it pissed me off and it makes me, I mean, I almost threw in the towel and wasn't gonna do any conferences this year because I'm so tired. I mean, I've been diagnosed with Parkinson's now and I'm very weak and shaky and, you know, I hobble around. My life is pretty much, my life is not the same. I used to walk 3-6 miles a day. My dog used to walk with me. He got sick too from the alpha waves radiation. So we both are very handicapped now. I can't dance, much less walk even. So my life is altogether different and it would have been easy, you know, I was tempted to give up on it, but every time I thought that I would stop talking about this, I thought then that means they win, you know, and I'm not gonna let them win.
They're not.
So,
The other thing I want to say is, because I know that, you know, we finally got you here, because I didn't know what was going on. I thought everything was mellow, because you were doing conferences, you were doing other shows, radio shows.
Yeah.
And you're going to be a fighter. You've got some great ETs, good ETs that are backing you up right now.
yeah, I know.
And, you have nothing to worry about. I can see on your face you've been through hell. But I guarantee you this month, you're going to come out of this. And
Yeah,
Jordan
I know.
will be watching over you too. There'll be some scouts crafts going around and these fighting jets you saw, other things.
Yeah.
They're all a part of this, what's happening there too with the lifting.
Yeah, it's just, it's unreal. I feel like I mean, as if my life wasn't weird enough before, you know? I mean, now I feel like I woke up in the middle of a stupid science fiction Star Wars, a B movie, you know, that's really bad. I mean, what the hell? When is life, life isn't supposed to be like this, to have ETs coming after you like this? It's just weird. I didn't know that any of this was out there. But I'm eternally grateful to you and to Dr. Sam Muggsy. She stepped in because I couldn't get my doctors. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do for me when they saw that my lead levels.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Oh, she's helped me a lot. Now I don't know what I'm, they still don't know what to do with me, so now I'm looking at some other alternative health measures to try to get myself back on my feet. My dog, I made an appointment 4 times to have him put down, and he's still hanging in there with me because he's not that old either, but he's been through hell also. It's been honest.
You know you always got me and Sam. And you stay in contact with me, you understand?
Yeah,
We'll be
yeah.
there, we'll be there for you. You're gonna come out of this. Ian, you got a question? Go
No,
ahead.
I have a suggestion for her.
What? Well, say it.
That she should,
Go over here and say it. We got some questions here.
well, not a question, just a
Just
suggestion.
go ahead and say advice, whatever. And, you get to say, go ahead and say.
All right.
I'll take advice.
I just gave you some, but they're gonna give you some too.
Okay, so hi, how you doing? Not only can Sam help you, but I don't know if you're familiar with Ray's other guest we had 3 or 4 months ago, Linda Emanuel.
Emmanuel, you're saying?
Linda Emanuel, have you heard of her?
Linda Manuel, yeah.
Okay.
No?
She's one of Ray's really good friends, and I'm thinking, Ray, you should get Linda in contact with her.
Linda will, I'll get with Linda. Linda Manuel,
Just a suggestion.
she's really gonna help you too, besides Sam. We'll do that.
Okay.
Ray,
Okay.
that question, go ahead. There's some more questions and advice.
So I was just,
Hi,
I just wanna know if we got questions.
we met you at Contact in the Desert last year.
Oh, yes,
My wife
okay.
and I,
I was really sick. Oh, man.
I know we were.
Yeah.
We got a great picture with you. But we help people a lot with some health issues, and if you haven't heard of MMS, you should look into it. Right now, you can go onto the internet and watch Quantum Leap, and it talks about MMS.
I think is that what Bashar recommends?
He may have. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't follow Bashar all the time.
Yeah. There was something, I listened to different things and when it resonates with me, I think I just got some, it's a little powder and you mix, or you can take it in a pill, but I got the powder and put it in water and I drink it twice a day, MMS, yeah.
No, this is something different. It's not a powder. It's gonna be a liquid, and you mix it together, a couple of drops. Just watch the video. It's Quantum Leap. It's only about an hour long. It's free on the internet, and
Okay.
it'll explain the whole thing to you. And if you want more information, reach out to Ray, and I'll be glad to forward more information your way.
Okay, MMS, I'm gonna write that down, because I am looking for ways to get better.
Hey,
Michael Sam, MMS.
Sherry,
Thank you, Sherry.
write this down, which is good.
Yep,
We got people here that will help you for information. Kenny, you got something else to say? Anybody else wants to come up, say it.
Are you open to traditional Western medicine in regard to treatment?
I am, I've done some cleation
That's
and,
what I was gonna suggest, because cleation is the recommended way to rid the body of heavy metals.
and that's what they did, because I had my blood levels were 89 is where I was, and they had to give me that, and I did cleation, but it's been very, very hard on my veins and hard on my liver and kidneys, and I'm a little fearful to do much more of it. I'm not sure what to do. They can't get the lead levels down much below 20, so I'm still walking around with a lot of lead in me. So I might have to go back and do it. I'm trying to get into a doctor in California who is supposed to be able to help, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You,
I take for the removal of plaque, and they recommended at least 30 treatments for that.
30 treatments
Yeah.
of the intravenous,
Yes.
yeah. See, that's the other thing, is it costs a lot of money. It costs $12,000. I found it here, but it'll cost me $12,000 and I can't afford that.
There is oral chelates on the
Yeah.
internet too.
Yep, they had me on that. That was $7,000 for 20 days worth of pills.
Yeah, there are herbal chelates that you can find like on Amazon if you.
Yeah, like chlamydian, I think it is, or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of know a lot about it, but I might have to go back and try that.
Cilantro.
Cilantro, that's it, yep.
thanks,
Yeah.
Kenny. We got some
Thank
more. We got some more. Here comes Greg. I want to say one thing. Now, you say close contact with Dr. Sam too, because when we're down here, I'll get a hold of her tonight, let her know what's going on with you. We're going to stay close to you. You understand?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Ray, thank you.
You got it. Go ahead, Greg.
Hi, my name's Craig. Do you still have the implant?
I had, they kept putting them in and then, I don't know who it was that kept coming in and taking them out. I think it was it was one group that was putting them in. It was the Draco that took it out the one time when it splattered the blood all over because they kind of were awkward. But I had one in when I went to visit Amelia, and when I got there, I was gonna ask her if I had one. And right when I was ready to ask her, she said, yeah, before I could I just opening my mouth to say it, she said, yes, you have an implant. And I said, I thought so, and she said, don't worry, she said, it's dissolving even as we speak. She said, stay in my frequency and she said it'll dissolve. Because what happens is the implant messes with your thoughts, and then the radiation that they did messes with your immune system and your frequency. It suppresses your vibration, my frequency just really went down low, and I became really an angry person, and so it's like going madly, it's like going mad.
Yeah.
It was awful. It's just awful. After a while, you don't have it in you to fight back, or you don't care to fight back anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm only just now starting to feel human.
I know for about three weeks or so, a few months ago, since we started, Ian and myself, getting more involved with this group with Ray and whatnot, we had at least a dozen near accidents with vehicles that we could have died in.
Oh, yeah.
And so the Archon, they were pounding us with stuff, and then with me with my health with this infection and almost having my
Yes.
foot amputated and whatnot too. And then
Yes.
a kidney infection that I got as well, and my blood sugars went up to 800. And
Oh my gosh.
they were almost reading me my last days in the hospital emergency room. So
Yeah.
I've had to ward off a lot of a lot of crazy stuff and everything. Things have started to ease up quite a bit. And then, you know, like last year, I kept on drawing stuff, and they kept telling me to draw stuff, and there would be meanings behind it. I would find out what it was off, and I wasn't that great of a drawer before, but I've gotten quite good at it now, and now I'm going to be drawing Ray's star people from now on.
Oh, really?
So they've kind of given me that ability and started revving it up. So
Yeah.
I've got more of an ability to do that now too. So
That's interesting.
you get what you need, right?
Yeah, yeah. My guys, I got mad. I got really mad because I had committed to doing all these interviews and all these lectures and stuff, and I have to work to make a living because I went bankrupt not too long ago, and you know, and so it was, and then I was so sick, and I got mad, and I said, you know, I just was mad. It's like, why did you let this happen to me, and how could this happen? And I need assistance, you know. I am still exhausted, and I was exhausted then trying to work while I was so sick. And I'll be damned if they didn't give me a download for a new product, an idea for a product. So I'm just going to be launching that soon, and they told me that that'll give me my financial freedom.
Right.
And I believe that it probably will. The thing of it is, it's been a lot of work and money to get that thing up and going. But I brought a partner in so she could keep it going when I was too sick to care or to do anything. And I gave her part of the company to do it. And so they do come through sometimes, but I sometimes feel like I felt abandoned, you know, by them. But what I was told was that because I said yes to the Draco and told them that I would work with them, that there's some kind of a universal law that meant my guys had to take a step back.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And because that would be interfering with what apparently my free will. But I was like, well, I would have liked you to come in and tell me that I shouldn't be messing with the Draco. I didn't know that. No one told me that. You know, so, but it is what it is. And you just do the best you can and try to see it there for what it is, you know.
Because I've also had a couple of nights, well, days and nights where I've actually slept 18 hours at a time, completely
Yes.
bunked out and zonked. And it's, you know, like I was told that I've got about 5 to 6 star beings in my room working on me. So they were
Yeah.
probably busy downloading me and stuff during those times and stuff as well, so.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I've got the same thing. When I go to sleep at night, you're almost busier then than you are during the day.
Yeah.
As much as I hate to say it, which I know you'll back me and Sam up, this is confirmation. This is how fast George moved when these reptilians were in her backyard to kill her. And, you know, that code works, but I understand the people down and down which are not totally good. But when you did that, and maybe you did that unconsciously with the reptilians, because that's the way they play the game. And
Yeah,
but then everything's going to work out with the ones you got the Palladians there, the Octarians are coming in the picture. I just got my George said the Blue Warriors are coming over, so you know there's going to be help. But I'll get a hold of Sam, and Sam's going to get a hold of you because she can take that lead out of you and that poison. She's got the stuff to do it.
yeah. She had me on some stuff. I was getting too sick from it, so I don't know. I know she'll want me to go back on it, but I have to do something. I'm not getting better. I'm getting weaker and weaker still. So something's got to change.
Got something else here? Ray, go ahead. Another Ray.
Just real quick, Sherry, when you get, I'm Ray again, when you're taking healing modalities, it's like having trash in the back of your house. You have all these toxins that are buried in your body. So to get them out, you have to feel some of the symptoms to get them out. So it's a good thing to feel bad when you start that.
You know, I needed to hear that, Ray. I needed to hear that that's true, and I guess someone told me that once before, but yeah, because I'm so sick of being sick that, yeah, when I take
It's
when I take
very
those
true
things.
though.
Yeah,
I've done a
Thank
lot
you.
of stuff with, okay.
thank you.
Anybody else? Anybody got a question or anything for Sherry? But
I have a question for her. Does she maybe go over some of her history? Please,
Well, we're coming to the end of it, aren't we, Ray? I mean, aren't we coming to the end of this battle? I think Anelia says we've turned the corner,
yeah,
and
it's coming. I was just telling my people some things here. We got, actually the month we're in April, because some of the people here missed it. I got 5 contactees. We were, my guys, George and the Palladians. We're actually gonna have ET, meeting with us, these other ETs.
Really?
And, Sam's gonna be working with me, Chris in Panama, myself, Boris and Rosa Gonzalez in New York. Boris can speak pretty good English. I was just talking to Chris and Boris before I came here. Rosa's real shy, but they've already told her she's gonna be really important. And what's happening is, like the crafts of my guys, they're showing up where he's at in New York. He's just littered with photos of UFOs. He's throwing them on my Facebook. So I'm gonna finally get a cell phone. I'm living back in the day, but I'm gonna get a cell phone with a camera. Because I was like, I gotta take pictures too.
Yes.
And Chris is gonna do it. Actually, Chris just got a great shot of a UFO. Because I told her, I knew advance, George said, you're gonna do for the weekend daytime and nighttime, Monday through Friday. Well, she caught this one, and then she called me and said, Ray, here's a picture of this. I don't know what it is. It was a 4-colored ray shot. The Nordiques, the Mo people, and the Balkans were on there.
Wow.
She's gonna go and make, she's got a great camera, at nighttime for nighttime shots. All she's doing is clicking her picture, camera. That's all she's doing.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
she'll see what shows up. And she
Yeah.
goes, is this a UFO? And I said, you better believe it is. And that's what Boris enlarged it and put it on my Facebook, so everybody
Yeah.
can see it. They're listening to us, and that's what I was saying to the majority that was here. They're gonna start coming like 45,000 feet, 30, 20. They're gonna get as close as they want. They say they want to see the response of the people, because they're gonna
Yeah.
start showing themselves. When I did that reverse meeting with, I think it was on the 25th, with George at Sunday, and they were ready to take me back, and I said, no, we're gonna have a meeting with me, because I said, I've been your voice for 55 years, it's time for
Yeah.
you guys to back me up. Whoever you
Yeah.
get to come down here, show the people down here on this planet you're real.
Yeah.
And that's what
yeah.
they're working on.
Yeah, exactly. Isn't that true? I mean, none of my family believes me. They think I'm crazy.
Well,
You know,
you're gonna have that.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind being a spokesperson. I don't care. I'm happy to do that. I'm totally, that's what I came here to do. But, you know, sometimes we could use a little more support, and it gets very wearing after a while. Our whole lives are around this stuff.
I know, you're gonna get it. You got good ETs around you now. Hey, it's like this, Sherry, I'm a contactee. We got other contactees in this globe. There's people in this room that are my friends. Let's say 5 are on page with me. The other people ain't. And the reason I say that is nothing bad. They're entitled to their own opinion. We're human. We think the human way, okay? I don't have all the answers. I get out what I can to let these people know we got a lot of backing. We got a lot of backing that's gonna take care of us, like never
Yeah.
before. Because we can't do it as humans, okay?
No,
We need
No.
these guys.
I know.
But everybody's starting to wake up. The ones that have no idea what the hell's going on, that's the ones we want to wake up. Them are the ones that have the fear. And you got the people that don't give a shit, and you got the people that kill and steal. You know where they're going, okay? We can't save them. That's why I tell my people, and when I do these radio shows, it's not a perfect world here, it's not a perfect world out there. We're not the only ones going through this, Sherry. Other ETs and other planets are going through the same damn thing. And where they're gonna be weeding out everything that's negative. Because where we're going and where they're going, it's gonna be a positive world like never before. With no bullshit, no disease, no wars, no monetary system of what we're under. We're gonna be just like them, trading energy and goods. And people are gonna see this. For the ones that are ready, they're going. For the ones that we can't help to save them, that's all we can do, okay?
Yeah.
But what I've always said in my meetings, everybody is entitled to it. It just ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You're not gonna
Well,
say,
everybody will get there. My guys always told me that they'll get there when they're ready, you know, and there's no judgment in it, that everybody has their experiences and they come into the awareness when they're ready to, and not before, so.
well, you got the planets they got set aside for the people who want to stay third dimensional, that's theirs. Okay?
Exactly,
That's a waiting station. But if
Exactly.
if you steal or kill, your history,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
And the people that run the show down here, their history. That's what's gonna come up too, because I had some people miss this. I think it's in April, they were telling me they're going after Hillary. They're gonna call her out. They're probably gonna go after Trump. Well, because there's a top 5 pyramid cabal politicians that will be exposed, and people will see the arrest right here on TV. It's gonna happen.
I hope so. We've been waiting a long time. You know, some of us, I don't know about you, well, you said you've been doing this like 35 years, did you say?
55.
55 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been doing it since the late 80s, you know, it's a long time to be hanging in there and trusting and having the faith and
It is.
believing. You know, and we've been told soon, you know, how many times have I heard soon? Soon, soon, it's gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
See, you're sick, because when we had that, that's what I said. All these people are asking me, and I don't blame them, when they're gonna show themselves. And I go,
Yeah.
I've been your voice for 55 years, now it's your time to back me up. And I'm
Yeah.
tired of this shit. Show
I know.
yourself. Let these
I know
people
it.
know you're real. And now they're gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what, a lot of light workers, I mean, I go to different meetings with different groups and a lot of light workers are just, we're tired. We're just tired, you know, we've been
Yeah.
hanging in there and doing the work and it's just, and we've heard that soon, and here it is, 2016, and it's like, oh, you know, we all thought 2012 was gonna be it, and so, and then we found out it wasn't, and then
Right.
it's like, well, it's okay, we can keep going, but it's, you know, they're hitting us with everything. I mean, we're not victims, I don't wanna sound like a victim, but I mean, after a while, you just feel like you're in a battle every day, plus you're just trying to, you have to make a living and deal with your family and your friends, you know, snickering and laughing and thinking you're crazy. It's just, after a while, it's like, maybe I should have just stayed in the Matrix, you know?
I
That's
know.
where,
But you're gonna come out of this.
Oh, no,
You're,
no.
you're a fighter, you're not gonna be left alone. We're gonna be working with you, girl. So you just hang in there.
Just know we
Yeah.
love you, Sherry, we
Yeah.
love you.
I got people here to love you too, don't we guys? You don't worry about nothing, you just hang in there, keep doing what you're doing. I'll have Sam get a hold of you because she's got the stuff. to get you
Linda
well.
too. Linda
Yeah.
too.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get with Linda. Linda's real busy, but once I get them both together, then you'll see,
Yeah.
you know, because Linda will do some amazing things too. She's got some
Dr.
stuff.
Sam Muggsy, she's really, she doesn't mince words, let me tell you.
I
I never
know.
heard some.
She needs help.
Yeah,
She's the only one doing it.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I was like, yeah, she really, she's the one who got me riled up, and she's like, you don't have to take that, and yeah.
She always
Yeah.
gets on my case because I know things and they tell me things ahead of time. Because I'm the one that does all the work, Ray. You sit on your ass, but yeah, you'll give me this and you'll give me that. You know, that's not
Yeah.
fair. And I go, well, you just came in the picture with me and George. Remember that. So you got to do the
Yeah.
work. But she's
Yeah.
got that document. She's the only one doing it and
Yeah.
helping people, detoxing them. You know,
Yeah.
she gets a lot of credit.
Oh, she's fantastic.
And that's what
Yeah.
she's going to do for you. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. Anyway, I didn't want to be such a downer. I didn't think about what I was going to talk about. I thought I'd just do Q&As and
You're
stuff,
being a
but,
downer, baby, you're telling the truth, everybody's glad to hear this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever you have to do to help.
Yeah. So anybody there going to contact this year?
We're not gonna make it this year.
What is that?
Nobody?
What's with the contact?
Contacting the desert.
Contact.
Oh, contact in the
We're not
desert.
gonna make it this year.
Yeah.
Too expensive.
That's what I heard.
Not expensive at all.
No, to get there.
Well,
When
the
you don't have money, it's
contact's,
hard to get there.
contact's coming pretty soon. It's
Yeah,
got
oh,
a few things they're gonna weed out here in
Hey,
Memphis.
tell her about that one you might be going to.
Where?
The one you might be going to out there, not the one in Oklahoma or whatever, the one out there.
California?
Yeah?
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barbara Lamb, I had her on a month ago.
oh, she's a sweetie,
Well,
yeah.
she's something else. She, came on Skype after we show over at my house and we were talking. She said, I want you to give me a bio of your life. and PowerPoints, because down the road, she wants me to speak at this California conference, all expenses paid. And I found Tolik goes this, because Tolik was saying, that's where I'm going, somebody's sitting on it.
Yeah,
And I just put in for Eureka Springs, where you speak, for next year, because UFO Hub, I call him Babalu Adon. He's down there, we know him talking about UFO Hub. So that might get my ticket in there, because a lot of people from St. Louis will come down and see me talk.
that would be awesome, yeah. I'm speaking there again this year. This will probably be my last year there. But I don't know how much longer. I mean, I'm hoping that we'll go through that big shift, you know. I'm hoping that the event will happen where we all, you know?
Right now, we're in a silent year, which really ain't silent, because I know we're gonna be working up towards the major year, but we're getting close to the end, because they're getting ready to pull out to show more of themselves to us. And I said it in the beginning before I had you on. They're going to approach us with letting everybody see the actual, what the craft looks like, and just keep going until, because people are going to be amazed anyway. And see the acceptance they get from that, because they're going to start showing themselves.
Yeah.
And we're going to have these people, I'll probably have an ET in my apartment, Sam's going to have it on her radio show. This is where it's going to get. And then eventually, then they're going to make their move on who gets the calling, and they're not going to just jump in and scare the hell out of everybody. It's the way they're going to do it. I think they'll probably start in small towns, work their way up, but they're going to have the right people. And it's coming, When I had the meeting, I told George, I said, you guys are out there looking down at us and thinking we're all right. We're not.
No.
You gotta start thinking like we are. I mean, it's gonna take time with you for the emotions, because a lot of ETs, with the technology they have, don't have the emotions.
I know.
I get them laughing, but they don't get the enjoyment of that laughter, of that emotion. And that's what they're learning.
Well, go fix
Right.
it.
Yeah. And it's amazing, for as smart as they are, that they don't have that. The ones that were close were the Vulcans. Were the Vulcans, because I was shocked. I wasn't ready for it. And that's when that leader of the Vulcans said, "Fremont, you want something to drink?" And right away, as a human, I said, "Yeah." And he said, "We have water, we have your coffee." So I said, "Coffee's fine." I wasn't hungry, because the next thing he said, "Are you hungry? We have your pizza." So the next time I go on the craft, I want to try their pizza. But it was the first time ever, of all the times I was on a craft, I had to go to the bathroom. And the leader, he's like 6'2", she's telling me. They're about 5'7", 6'2". So three of them, the Vulcans, are following me to this room, and this door slides. And that's where I see this weird-looking commode, and I go in there and do my thing. Well, I thought I was screwed, Sherry, because there was no toilet paper. Because we're used to toilet paper down there. But this beautiful mist just took care of everything. And then when I stood up, and looking at the wall, it turns into a mirror. And that's when the door slid, and they're all out there smiling. And I said, "Can I take this with me? I can make millions down at the Planet Remedy." He goes, "Raymond, your people are going to be doing this." Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
And then we're back there, and there's 12, counting the leader, Vulcans, because I'm in my cardinal hat, kind of like this, and they're coming doing high fives, and they're examining me. So I told these guys, St. Louis Cardinals are going to owe me, though. I'm going to get 12 Cardinal caps the next time I meet them. I'm going to give them each Cardinal hat. They'll be around. I didn't let you people know that. That was kind of cool, because they were showing a little human side of an ET.
Yeah. Well, you know what I always thought? I always thought that the reason they don't have the emotion, I mean, there's love there, but it's more like it's their state of being. They don't have the emotions because they don't have the ego. They don't have that, the duality, so they don't have that. The ego is part of our emotional characteristics,
They have, like the Nardiques, because our women would love to have these kids the way the Nardiques have them.
Yeah.
And seriously, because our women go through hell. From what I hear from this one gal, she said it was like, shouldn't have water known, it's just part of my expression. But anyway. Stand up. This is what they do, Sherry. This is what the Nordiques do. No, stand right here. This is what the Nordiques do. Can you see us?
No.
No, I can't.
You gotta get.
I can't see it. Okay, okay,
Can
there,
you see us
yeah.
here? Right
Yeah,
here? All right, what they're doing is, they're closing their eyes. This is all will and faith and everything. And they're just, got their eyes closed and everything. The next thing, there's a blue spinning ball at the bottom. And after that blue spinning ball disappears, it's either a little girl or a boy. Now, as far as sex, they do have sex the way we have it. But when it comes to her having that baby, that's the way they have it.
yeah, Really?
100 of them.
really,
And
wow,
there's no pain involved like our ones go through.
yeah,
But it's amazing how each different ET, whatever their way of life is, of having kids compared to us, because, you know, it's like, and I'm not trying to cut women down, because, you know, I got horses, animals, and it's kind of like the same way.
yeah,
With all this pain that these people go through.
well,
And there
that's,
shouldn't be none.
yeah, exactly. So why can't they give you more, Ray, why can't they give you more proof or let you take pictures or send you back with something that's a little more, I mean, why can't they bust this wide open by doing that?
Well,
Do they think-
that's where it's coming, because you gotta remember, I came at 12 years old in 1959. It
Yeah,
was set up with 3 generations. So the grandfather, especially, was like 5 or 6 years old. He's talking about little people even before he met the 12-inch dwarf. Then when he met the 12-inch dwarf, because it was all set up even for him, because that's when he said, one of your sons, my grandfather had 4 kids. Well, my dad was the one who was chosen. And one of your grandsons in the future, which would be me. You meet
Yeah.
many ETs for information. Well, going through the cycle of my late grandfather, then my dad, knowing that my dad would not be living very long, and then it was all me. You ought to see the shit I had to go through. It was me and God, and I was an artist, I couldn't draw. Thank God for Jeannie Blankenship, and I got it right. I had to go and do the best I could, and having people believe me, whatever
Yeah.
they wanted to believe. I didn't really give a shit, because this was my life, but it was
I
all
know.
me. And why was I chosen? That's what me and my dad talked about. To meet so many, because my dad met half. Now I'm number 30, I'm getting ready to meet number 35. They're always coming back with somebody new on me. You
Isn't
know?
that something? That's so interesting. I mean, that's unique. I don't think I've heard of anyone else who has that much contact with so many different species.
I understand what you're saying. It's a great education. I mean, I get to meet the, right now it's the Mo people coming up because they're best friends of the Falcons. After the Mo people, I'm looking at the giant, friendly 6 to 8 foot bees. Can you imagine going to see a giant damn bee with a stinger like, you know what? You know, and this is what I'm thinking as a human, but they're supposed to be friendly. And then the lion people, because they hang out together. Like, you know, we got guys that hang out, girls hang out. They have ETs they hang out with.
Yeah.
You know, but it's interesting, and then the more knowledge and whatever I get from that event, you know, then I bring it out to the people, show them, you know, what it looks like, and you know, whatever happens in that situation.
What are your thoughts on Corey Good?
Corey Good's an abductee, he's had a lot of missing time. The guy that is interviewing him by the name of David Wilcox has hurt himself. Instead of him finding out for information about Valiant Thor, he just came right out and said Valiant Thor is a bad guy. Like a news farm, Valiant Thor is number 1. George is number 2.
Yeah.
Okay? And Corey Goody, Tolik even said, he's just saying what he's saying. There's some things that I can believe, there's a lot that I can't.
Yeah.
And this is what is helping Wilcox right now.
Yeah.
Another one is Simon Parks. And Simon Parks can't wait for me to friend him, and I never will. He's a reptilian, mostly, a praying mantis. There's people out there bullshitting, and this is where this meeting went with George. The domino effect here, other than people telling the truth, abductees and contactees. You keep talking bullshit and lie, you're gone. And that's what's going to happen to these people. They're starting to come a little bit, talking kind of what we're saying, not word for word, but It's up to them now. And the people are gonna start following the truth and what's gonna happen as we progress. Because I'm gonna have the top 5 working with me, and people are gonna see crafts, not just the crafts I've been on, and eventually see ETs, not just mine, that they've never seen before. Because when we get to that point, that's it. Now, George is up there talking with the great ones, whoever they choose, come down here so people won't be scared. That's on the agenda. That's what they're doing now, to make sure who's ever sent down here will not scare everyone, and then they're gonna have places for us to go. And what I get out of it is this: every individual that is ready will have their own starseed mentor, okay?
Yeah,
That's in the picture.
yeah,
It's
that's
gonna be
what I,
left out. And once that happens, because when you go into the fourth, you're gonna go to your starseed planet to find out what was taken away from you, your past life, the whole enchilada.
yeah,
You know, because there's so much taken away from us.
yeah,
And I can understand the chaos down here, just like when we try to have a meeting, or you go to a conference, you're trying to tell the truth from your life story. It's hard for people to accept that, but they're seeing more people. A lot of abductees, contactees. I feel sorry for the abductees because so much is taken away, it's erased. Contactee, me and my late father, I can at least speak for him and me. We always knew what was said,
yeah,
you know. And this has been my life, so nobody's gonna tell me anything different or jump in my shoes. I see some hideous looking creatures, okay? Giant people, I mean, you know, yeah, I was scared out of my wits, like, you know, I was 12 years old. And when Zuda, that one-eyed Cyclops picked me up, my legs were going like this, I was crying and screaming, I even pissed in my pants. I ain't afraid to tell the truth, I was scared as hell. When I got up to that eye, that's when I felt the warmth of love, just that quick. I quit crying everything, he set me down, I walked over my dad. That's when we heard the magical words. We are your friends, we're not here to harm you, we're here for information. Because my dad was ready to take out too. I thought they were going to eat me or rip me, and then he was going to take out too until it was his time. You know, that's what we thought. Because we were in a circle with 8 to 10 feet tall giant one-eyed cyclops. So you figure out what you're going to do in a position like that, you know?
Yeah.
That's why we figured we'd never come back. This is it. When we saw the ant people, they got a mouth like this. These guys are 6 or 7 feet tall. You know, we thought they were going to eat us and nobody would hear from us again. This thing
wow,
was all set up, and the thing of it is, they're good ETs. They weren't bad. You know, them little tiny ants we had down here that we walked and stepped on, I know the first thing was coming out of my dad's mouth. I didn't feel one of them, you know, because we're with the big ones now. They're going to eat us, man. But go ahead. You got more to say, go ahead, sweetie.
no, I don't, I mean, I think that's fascinating, I mean, kudos to you to speak your truth and to talk about this stuff. That can't have been easy
No.
to start talking about this. You know, I mean, it's bad enough when you're one of many talking about the little grays and the other more acceptable Arcturians and that sort of thing. But for you to be talking about all these creatures that, you know, there's no one there to back you up on this, right?
Well, no, because my voices are gone. But here was the thing I wanted. My dad would agree with me. The little 3-inch guys. If everybody in this planet could meet them, buddy, it's all over, because they'd have you in stitches. That's the way it should be, you know. And I had 7 or 8 of them all over me, floating. Wait a minute, you know, talk real high pitch. They only cut your laughs.
Yeah,
And that's the way I would love to see it for everybody here.
yeah, wow.
It's like a cartoon. It's like being in Never Neverland.
It sounds like it. It's amazing. It's fascinating. I'm glad that you're hitting the main circus. I'm glad you're going to be in Eureka Springs and getting onto some of those bigger stages.
And Chris, in Panama, just in French, the country France,
Yeah,
translated my life story drawings, and anybody who speaks French, so that's Canadian, Africa, wherever. And Boris Gonzalez got me hooked up with Edwin Garcia, who was on Monster Quest. He's got a #1 show in Mexico, so I'll be going into Mexico with my life story and all that. Because George wants me to go globally, and that's what we're doing.
I have a question for both of them.
Well, then they better back you up. They better give you the assistance that you need if you're gonna do that. I
Yeah,
mean,
well, they say they are. I'm going out there to do it. Kenny's got a question.
For both of them.
He's got a question for me and you.
The way I see it, these beings spend most of their time in another dimension from us. And they come into our dimension to communicate with you guys that are in communications with them. So, you're talking about when's it gonna happen, soon, soon, soon. I think it's highly likely that their time is not the same as ours.
Well, it's not.
And their understanding of time is not the same.
It's not.
So coordinating that soon, soon, soon and putting a date on it probably has to be extremely difficult.
You can forget the date. Here's the thing, and that's what people, I'm glad you bring that up. That's a good question.
I didn't hear.
Your watch going in outer space means nothing. There's no time in space. And you're talking timelines. ET does not like to work on dates, because they don't work like we do.
But
as a human, when I'm getting information, and I understand what Kenny's saying, when they're coming soon, which they really are, but in the timelines of their timelines versus our timelines, okay? And they know that we're ready. There's a lot of people ready. There's going to be more awakened. That's what I told George, when whoever's the one that gets the calling to come down there to show that they're real, more people will be awakened, okay? There's so much in a picture with us humans. We're stubborn, we want everything now, and I understand it because I'm one, okay?
Yeah.
But I know my guys say that I'm more ET than human because what I was chosen for this and coming through portholes and where I'll be going. Because I did it 8 months ago when I went face to face with George in the Nordique, and I said, "Are you guys about done with me?" And their answer was, "No, Raymond, you're one." So that told me these, I've got other words, they're going to be in my life for the rest of my life. So I know that it's going to extend for something else. And maybe I'll go to another planet to do what I'm supposed to do up there. I don't know.
So which group is your origin family? Do you know?
Well, I wasn't supposed to say this, but I'm going to let everybody know here, and then everybody that watching this. I'm related to my elephant man back in, I had a life, and so did Boris Gonzalez. And I don't mind telling the truth here, but that's my star seed. I'm a warrior, just like George is on the fighter. And that's the way I was groomed by my own parents. I took on the United States government, General Motors, I had help with lawyers. I'm here for two late people and the people on this planet. I'm not here for fame and fortune. I never was.
Yeah.
It was the way I was groomed. And to come in here to see this thing go the way it's supposed to go, that's what I'm here for. I get to have my own meetings, but go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say the same thing. I mean, that's part of what I think. I can't remember this last year at the conferences when I went to speak at them because I was sick. I got downloads or I got assistance, like guys basically came in and took over for me because I was just too feeble to do it myself. But I think the talk I gave at Contact in the Desert was about me saying something along the same lines that, I was born to do this. I mean, I'm one of those people I was born to, I'm weird in a way that I don't care what people think about me. I don't care if they judge me as being a fruitcake. I wish my family didn't, I feel bad. I thought I had the support of my family, some of my family, but I found out recently that they think I'm crazy. I kind of,
That's there.
yeah, that hurt because I thought my sister had my back, but it turns out she thinks I'm crazy. So, and my daughters, again, still aren't talking to me. And so, but other than that, I don't care. I live in a small town where people point and snicker, sometimes, and sometimes not, and it doesn't bother me at all. It comes with the territory. And I think it's because we were prepared to be who we are before we came and took on this job knowing that that's what it would be like.
Oh, yeah, because we asked to come in here.
Yeah.
I just want to stop for a second. You're in Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in St. Louis. Muggsy's in Arizona. She's got 4 reptilians in her backyard. Getting ready. responsibility to go in and kill her. I'm talking to somebody else on Skype. Muggsy's calling me on my phone, anonymous line, and then she tells me what's gonna happen. I had to call code, this is for the ones that missed this, to call George. George, within I guess 10 minutes, they were over there. And then, next thing I know, Sherry's saying on Skype to me, "Thank you, Ray, I love you," and it's like, it was cool. But they killed these 4 reptilians that were gonna kill you. But
Yeah.
it just, to let people know that this stuff's real, it's just, this is happening to people, and these, we got so much protection out here. It's,
But it is real. I mean, I've had a Draco walk right through this door, right here beside me, and walk in, and my dog start to shake and cower and whimper and bow down to him out of fear. And, I mean, I've seen, it's real. This stuff is real.
Yeah.
Why would we make it up?
Yeah.
Why would I lie about this? And how would I explain what's happened to my health? And, I mean, I have physical, now I don't call it proof, but I have, and my dog is suffering from it.
And you're one of us, Sherry, that's why, because Muggsy was going nuts. You're one of us. We're gonna take care of you. And then George did his thing, said who we sent out there. That was, it was so fast, it was just awesome what they did.
Well, and I turned a corner. I mean, that's when I turned the corner. I mean, I was afraid that night. I knew something was up. I could feel it. I could feel them. You can feel them. Like now I feel perfectly safe here in my home. I live alone, I feel very safe. My dog, every now and then, we'll feel a presence, and I always challenge. When I feel somebody come in to my space, I always challenge them. I'm like, if you're not here, if you're not of the light, you're not welcome. And you get the hell out of here. And you don't on my free will. And, and I just say whatever I need to say, because that's what you have to do. And I didn't know that that's what you had to do. And that's what my lectures this year are going to touch on that somewhat, because I think a lot of people are naive about that. Part problem on this planet has been that humanity has given up their power by complacency, by just looking the other way and ho-hum, and maybe even if they're aware that the elite are in control, they just think somebody else will take care of it.
Right.
And they just roll over and go back and watch their TV, and it's starting to get me mad. And they have to understand that they have to proclaim their own free will, that they're powerful and they're sovereign beings, and that they're a divine child of the Creator, and no one has the right to take away their freedom and control their lives to the extent that they've done it.
Yeah.
And so that's
what they're trying to
what
do.
Yeah, great.
That's what they're trying to do,
yeah.
You're right, baby, I love that.
This has gone on way too long, so that's part of what, if I talk, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about what's happened to me, because it can scare people too much, but I'm going to probably touch on it some so that people can understand that this is real, and there is a battle going on for their souls.
Oh, yeah.
It's for their souls, for God's sake.
That's what it's all about.
I mean, they can, you can't ever be totally, well, you can get lost, but I mean, they can get stuck here for in third dimension for a long, 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 long time. And that's just a shame to have that happen. But the only one who can free them is themselves. No one's gonna come in and rescue them. People think, and that's true of the ETs. I mean, I know you're not the way we were talking, but I mean, it's really ultimately, it's our choice. We have to declare it ourselves, and we have to put the flag down and say, this is it, I've had enough. And I'm getting the hell out of here, because I'm not gonna put up with this.
Yeah.
And that's what every soul on the planet has to do that.
And you're gonna be one of the ones that wanna go, that's loving and ready. You're gonna go, no question asked. You got negativity in you, you don't give a shit, you ain't going.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way.
Yeah.
But damn
it's true.
it, we got good, we got bad. And now we wanna have nothing but fucking good.
There you go.
I agree. So it's been an interesting journey for me. I mean, I started out being all pretty much unicorns and happiness, and it was all about love. And I'm starting to post things on my blog and saying, what, love it's not enough. I mean, that's great, but it's about knowing how powerful we are, and our power's been used against us by these bastards,
And we got the power. You know that.
Yeah.
You're finding that out. You got the people right now, the Palladians, George got people out there. You're gonna send me more.
They're here. I can feel it. Did you hear my dog barking a while ago? He heard them. They always come in right there. They always come over and come through that It's interesting that the Draco come in through the back door, Pleiadians come in through my front door.
That's right, that's the way it is. Good comes to the front, bad you can come through the
It's
end.
it's actually true, that's true, the Pleiadians always show up right in through there, and the Draco come in right back through here.
Well, we're gonna take care of you, and you sound a lot better too. You just keep
Yeah.
the faith, baby. Listen,
Yeah.
and I know you're going through some stuff, but I wanna say this, guys, because of the way the situation is right now. Sometime later on, you want her to come back?
Oh, yeah.
You know we love you, we got you here. So I want you to take care, I'm gonna talk to Sam. If you need anything, you stay in contact with me. You got my phone number too, don't you?
I do, thank you, Ray. Yeah, you've been a sweetheart, thank you.
We'll take care of you.
Appreciate it.
I love you.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
What you have to understand, Don, there's three,
Is he
Call
still
White.
in contact with her? It kind of sounds like not, like he's,
no,
like,
he is.
I've watched all of her YouTube videos, so I really.
Yeah, here's what you have to understand. There's three tall white warriors. The ugly tall white warriors, which are messing with her ever since 10 years old, they're bad.
Thank you.
They're not goody too.
Is bad?
They're bad.
Not as bad?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had
They're
that.
ugly, tall, white warriors. Ever since 10
Does
years
she know
old.
that?
Yeah, she knows it.
Okay. Wow, I did not know.
Then there's the tall white warriors and the tall white, 27 to 30 feet tall white warriors, which are on Mars with the Nishans that are 50 feet tall. Because they went at it with the 25-foot two-hearted reptilians. You guys remember when Kramer went up there with 1,000 Marines and had a war for 30 million and he only came back with 100?
Oh, yeah.
Saw bad these reptilians. They didn't go over to start a war, they just went into their territory, the Marines, without asking or anything, and that's what happened. It was a big no-no. Well, we weren't on Mars, but this is the stuff I heard. And what Kramer was saying. Because he was supposed to get that out. But what we didn't know was how many astronauts got killed before they came out because of the creature that was eating us when they were gone. Because they had supposedly some kind of treatment. They killed these astronauts that we don't know about. And then when Kramer went up with the Marines. But, you know, there's underground bases, everybody knows, on Mars. Here's what you don't know. Uranus, United States got underground Mars. Jupiter, Saturn, and the biggest laugh of all, which is coming, is Pluto. They're already up there. When they were on Mars to show, if they went just a little bit to the right, you would have seen the pyramids up there that are down here. That's why they kept going this way. Now they're saying they just found water. What I'm pissed off about, and I don't know if you guys remember hearing this, it's going to happen in 2020. If it gets to that. These girls that want to go to Mars, they're training, and they think they're going to be the first humans on Mars. Now wait a minute, get this. It's a one flight up, no round trip back. So what's pissing me off, because we're humans down here, because everybody's going to be listening to what I just said, because it's on video. They're thinking they're going to be the first humans on Mars. Now these guys, our guys, can kill these girls, and we'll never know. The reason we won't never know is we're not up there, and they're not coming back, okay? You got people playing God not just here, because when they're getting all this alien technology from the bad, and getting to go here and here and here, as I said, between us and the Russians and whoever had the coordinate numbers to go anywhere we wanted. That's what our guys got. They got a craft to go from planet Earth 90 minutes to Mars. They got a teleportation machine with, because Obama's been there, to get in 20 minutes he's there. Okay. They got places in California all over where they can teleportate. When we go into the, wait a minute, when we go into the fourth dimension, as soon as we go in, we're using teleportation. The other thing I want you guys to understand, you go in there, you're ready, you know, you're doing everything good, you're gonna go to the fort, you're going right to your star seed. I'm saying this. Whoever it is, Arcturian, I'll give you who it is. And you're gonna be taught everything you need to be taught, what was taken away from you, and about your past lives, and where you're at. I kind of broke a silence here, because I never would have said this, because I gave my word to Boris. Because Boris was always wondering why he was close to George and he never met George. In my past life, and I'm not ashamed, I'm a warrior. I was an elephant man back in my life with George. He was number 2 man. So that's one reason I was chosen. And the Nordics come to picture because there was some kind of relationship with me and them. There was no relationship with the 3 Finch guys, but I would love to go there because they have the power to shrink you to 3 inches. He was a kicker. I said this before. I got a cat named Jerry Lee. So if I come back 3 inches, he's going to chase me all over the damn park and kill me. And that was the only thing that scared me. Because I want to go on their planet. They live in the trees. And they're like these little gnomes. It's like a Neverland the right way. I mean, if everybody got to meet them, and they're all over you, you're just going to be in laughter. And you're looking for Bambi. There's no way. It's just, that's the feeling you get from it. Go ahead, Ken.
Are you familiar with the Hindu god Ganesh?
Yes.
Was Ganesh one of your friends?
No, the only thing I say with that, I don't know that. The only thing I will say, everybody was saying is he related to George. He's not George the Order. But no, that hasn't come up. I'll check on that.
So Sherry now realizes that Da and all of his people, or whatever we call them, that put her into this abduction program and for reproduction purposes
And what you
so
were
does
just saying.
that mean that all abductees are really abducted by bad aliens like
Well,
Sherry was?
The most of them are. That's the ones that do the abductions. Because here's the whole thing. And she said it too. It's all about the soul. Who can get the most souls?
Well, how can people tell the difference between being abducted by an alien or being abducted by the secret space program?
I can't say that. I can tell you that they do consciously contact people. There is a buffer zone, and I know the other side, what you call the 4th dimension, the etheric, the astral. I mean, they're not pulling you into the 4th. You can't interact there unless you're literally gone.
Well, that, yeah.
Your body,
Left
your
your body.
body's on
You're gonna
levels
be-
of etheric. You know, you're on etheric. You pull from the etheric. That's where that cord is connected to. Etheric's like a buffer zone. They can consciously pull you into that zone and communicate with you, but you really don't most of the time remember it. You'll think, oh, I was with a group of people, but what was I doing? Your thoughts usually, you'll pick up just pieces.
The only other thing I can say on this, knowing a good ET from a bad ET.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are the space, or is the,
Here's
so
what-
are bad ETs?
Well, there are.
Wait a minute. Here's, you can say something if you want. The bad ETs can ship their saves and connect her and you. That's it. When it comes to the warmth, the love, the energy, they can't do that. That's the
Right.
difference
That's true.
from a bad ET to a good ET. That's the difference.
Now,
No, not necessarily.
Go ahead and say what you want.
Intelligence.
Well, intelligence is there, energy's there
Emotion
too.
leaves as intelligent rises. It's a proven fact. People that are extremely intelligent just don't have the emotional. The emotional's a problem. Even when you cross over into the 4th dimension, which actually is what you would call spirit world.
Right.
That,
It is
if
to a
you
point.
pull negative emotions over in there, that stuff will be in your face like that. You'll be
But you're gonna
You'll be in an
change,
astral plane fighting that all day
you're
long.
gonna
until
change
you're
from
tired
what,
of it.
you're gonna change from what we are. That's why I always use, we're in this human skin suit. We're really a light here, we're a light in our belly and our hands. But when you go to the 4th and the 5th, we'll just use them too. The
There is
women will be
no-
taller. They're gonna be 7 foot, hang on, Dave, 7'4", the guys will be 8'4", and we'll be slim. We'll have a human face. We're not gonna eat that much. Go ahead, Kenny, what were you saying?
My thought is that if you have a religious belief system of some kind, whatever these beings are, you can challenge them within your belief system. And I would think that that would prove out what kind of being that you're dealing with.
Okay, so if these are bad ETs, why did Terry come from the dimension she came from to be subjected to what they've done to her? Why would she agree to that?
Well, you remember, Sherry was 10 years old. She's an abductee, okay? She had missing time. These people were in her life.
Right,
Time
but she
she was
said
10
she
years old.
agreed to come into this third
Sure.
dimension from wherever higher dimension she came from. Why would you come in and be subjected to bad ETs?
Because that's the way she came in. It was an experience for her to learn. Now you see which, and she looked bad here.
She did.
She
Okay.
looked bad last year when we saw her.
Well, she was almost getting
Well, I
ready to get
mean,
killed.
it's lead poisoning. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
common sense that you can see her thyroid glands and stuff
Yeah.
through here. You can see the adrenal glands. I mean, I'm sure everybody could see that. I mean,
She was a
you
wreck.
could see how huge they were. And of course, if you're gonna take supplements from any Blow Joe, I can imagine what kind of crystal they probably crunched up that
Right.
has lead inside of it. I mean, they tell people all the time, be careful what you take from these people, you don't know.
And they were messing her
It's all
up.
about money. There's no requirement to take anything
Did you
physically.
have a question, Amy?
I just wanted to know if you could, I heard you mention some different planets and stuff that besides Mars, where we supposedly have underground bases, and maybe not just us, but other ETs as well.
No, they got money.
And one of the ones that I heard you mention was Saturn, and I'd like to know if you could elaborate on that, because as far as I can understand, Saturn is a gaseous planet without an actual surface, so how can there be anything like
That's
Saturn?
what we're meant to believe. Uranus, Jupiter. Oh, here's another one. Nibiru, Planet X. Sorry, guys. Planet X, Planet 9 are the same thing. Nibiru, no. Nibiru orbits Jupiter and Mars. And it does exist. And my friend Tolley, I'm trying to cut him down. He said Nibiru was gone. Forget about it. It doesn't exist. It does exist. And the guy I was going to have here, Robert Evans, who was like your, what's that guy that died?
Carl Sagan.
He's like Carl Sagan, real smart. I got confirmation. Go to his Facebook.
Who's that?
And the first thing he said, Robert Evans, Nibiru, because he knows all about Nibiru, orbits with Jupiter and Mars. And I said it on Muggsy before I even knew this, because me and Robert Evans are good buddies anyway, but he'll explain to everybody about Nibiru. Nibiru and Planet X are not the same.
So were you saying, back to Saturn, that there is a surface? There is an actual surface to that
There is
planet?
they got underground bases on Uranus, but it's just like planet Earth, not the shell like we have a beautiful outside shell. But you can live on Uranus. There's 20 other like planet, Earth-like planets, and they found these two the size of Jupiter, so that people from this planet that want to stay third dimensional, don't want to be fourth and fifth, can go there with other ETs that want to stay third dimensional, to live out their third dimensional life. But when I'm saying this, remember this. We're not the only ones going through this. ETs from all over are going through the same damn thing we're going through.
So then it sounds like it's a universal change, is
Call it
what's
what
getting
you
ready to
want.
happen.
We're going through frequency change.
A lot of frequency. Timelines,
It's because of the way the galaxy lines up. I think there's like, what, 18 or 19 planets, not just in this solar system, in different ones.
because they had a new
They're going
alignment.
into what, a different level of frequency.
The new alignment had to, that started everything. Put everything in place, because the last piece of the puzzle is Mother Earth. Because when she goes through her shit, we can't be here.
Okay, so this whole shift that's getting ready to take place is a universal, on a universal scale. It's not just our planet or our solar system
Right.
or our galaxy.
Right.
Well, our planet's missing a moon. That's what the belt's made of one of our, and that thickens our crust when you have that extra moon. So without that, it makes our crust very thin. So with all the changes, you know, the frequency changes, the Earth has to expand like 5%. And through that expansion, you know what's gonna happen, you got continents are gonna start splitting
Yeah.
up. they brought in another
No, I got a
planet, but
question.
it's on like the other side of the sun to try to balance
Not a
it out
question,
a little
but-
bit. You know, you see those little ships in the sun photos? Those are crew lines. They're like what they call level 10 beings, where they are solely, they can use their minds to move just anything. It's probably, I think, Nikki said it was equivalent to what you would refer to as an angel.
So in a way, it sounds like a big chess game.
It is.
Somebody out there is controlling all the little planets and all the little pieces
I
and
would,
stuff.
I would say that
They don't know how to play
they're
chess,
doing
it's
the best
screwed.
they can to.
Well, I've heard a lot of people
get it
talk about
faster.
that the planet Earth is the divine
We're the most
experiment.
unique,
Yeah,
because
the
we have
grand
5
experiment.
doors open.
Because we have our soul and because
Yeah.
we have emotions and we have feelings and all these things. A lot of other planets
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah,
that,
they're-
so we're very unique.
everybody-
That's why there's so much attention here. with all
Everybody's
this.
saying it.
We have 5 different doors open to the 4th dimension. All
Everybody,
these levels, or some of them are really, really low, that's why we have all the chaos. Most planets only have 2 or 1.
everybody's saying that planet Earth is flat. I guarantee it's wrong. Ian, go ahead.
So, a couple of people were asking about why Sherry had to go through this, that, or the other, or why this person goes through. What you have to understand, this is my belief, but if you go by the theory that existence is about learning to love unconditionally, which that's what I believe anyway. No matter what your religious system is, or what your system is that you organize your spirituality, is what I call it. It all really involves learning to love unconditionally, right? So if you go by that, your soul, which is immortal, in my opinion anyway, has to learn these lessons to go back to source, right? I mean, everybody, no matter what, how you organize your faith, it all has to do with that. And learning that lesson, those lessons so you can love unconditionally, you're going to have to go through some crap. And so, no matter what anybody's going through, unless they're... Now, if somebody's doing harm to other people, that's different. But, like with what Sherry's going through, it's because she has to. And
Well, the reason she has to is this. And very good. At 10 years old, she didn't know they were bad. Da was the one that came to her, and just like George came to me, who I got prayed for. I want to speak to your names, but it is the rest of them. So there was a lot of power there. And she didn't know he was bad. And then as she's in this for so many years, she stuck with this that she agreed to in the beginning. It was her family. And then the reptilians came into the picture. And then they took over the power. And then when they stepped in, by the laws of the laws, her true ones that was with her from 10 years old and off left her. These reptilians wanted to kill her back in December. They were just getting ready to do it again. Because when Muggsy called me, because we're real good friends with Sherry, and we're real good friends with a lot of people. That's when because I got the code to go to George. Whoever George sent over there in 10 minutes killed them 4 reptilians. They were ready to come to her door, eat her and kill her. Came over. I was shocked to see the way she looked tonight.
Yeah,
But I knew she was going through hell. And now we're going to take care of that. She's got planes over there. George is going to send some more good PTs, so she's going to be okay on that part. But now she has to get her help. We have to get this poison out of her. For every medicine we take, and I take a lot of medicine, they're talking about this black goo. And this black goo's going in our joints, okay? And as we get older, with the help of the chemtrails and everything that we eat and breathe, we're screwed.
You know, you have a choice, change it.
Well,
Stop taking the
No,
drugs,
that's
Wait a
actually
minute.
change what you eat.
you're going to, organic and all that, but I'm telling you, some of these organic plants, they've already sprayed them too. I'm not talking about the ones you
Well,
got.
so then we have to change
You gotta
our
change a lot.
molecular structure, like aliens on other planets that have toxic environments, their body becomes accustomed to that. That's what we have to do too. And he had a very good point. I don't know how many people in here actually meditate every day, but if you unconditionally love everything in existence, your meditation will open up and you will see something totally different. You'll have vibrations running through you. Most people just don't know how to get there. But it is all about that. That controls that mechanism that you guys call God, which is basically just a force that comes out of the cosmos that runs through everything.
And remember this, Chris is doing that too, when you're meditating. Don't just get in and meditate and say, I want anybody to come in, because you're leaving yourself open. You have your own portable stargate when you do that to begin with.
Well, I have that theory on that one too. When you're of a lower vibration, you'll
That's it.
attract things like this.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Until your vibration rises, because I most certainly don't have anything
And
that
that's why,
crawling at me. But there are other living life forms out there, and it really just depends on how you look at it, because those lower two levels that you call first and second dimension, because really technically dimensions of what you would refer run in pairs. Everything does. Everything runs in a pair, light, dark, energies also for night and day. The realms run like that as well. But the lower realms are basically what you would call nature forms. It's not really lower realms, it's just different life forms.
As you start evolving and raising your level of consciousness, you stand out from the crowd, and those things out there can see that. You're a brighter light than the rest of the things out there.
So they come after you.
So they come after you.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, oh, definitely.
You're gonna draw that picture.
Are you recording?
Yeah,
I just want to make a little point here too.
go ahead.
I noticed it
So you get his point.
with my I noticed it with my grandson Malachi. He's 2 months old now. When I was holding him in my arms, he was looking right above me, and he started laughing, and he was looking right above me, and I knew he was looking at my aura. He was looking at all the light and everything, and you know, Malachi's mother, she was like, she doesn't care for me, and she was like sitting there. Why is he so happy over there? You know, but it's because you know he sees everything, and he sees it, and so he's going to enjoy that, you know, and not everybody can do that, but babies and children can do that. You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's natural and it's normal.
Animals can too.
Right, okay, that's just an.
Okay, April 4th,
Okay.
Alfred Weber. May, Boris Rosa Gonzalez, New York, Jamaican. You're gonna love these people. I'm gonna play a part with them too. So is Chris and
Are they Skyping yet, or?
Skype.
When's the guy with the fairy is gonna come back?
Richard
Well,
Lenny.
they really exist.
No, they are,
I'm interested
but
because you don't hardly
I'll
ever
have
see anybody
Richard-
that ever really interacts with them.
I'm booked till August, till
Check out
September.
the
I got
fairies
Rich
in
in
New Zealand.
September. We'll have him back.
I'm
But anyway-
interested in that one.
John Mayer, Julian Wells, Sandy Tripp. I got some new people coming in after Alfred. That's all I want to say. I want to thank everybody. It was a great show. I love you guys. Thank you.